1 hag, 2 hag, 3 hag, 4, 5 hag, 6 hag, 7 hag, more, 8 hag, 9 hag, 10 hag. Oh! Didn't see you there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Premier League verdict. Hello guys, how are you getting on? My name is Aaron Kelly and welcome back to Season 6 of the Premier League verdict. We are going very, very strong, ladies and gentlemen. We still haven't been cancelled and I still haven't had to follow through with any of my ridiculous forfeits if Chelsea win the league. You may have noticed I didn't make a Premier League predictions video. A couple of reasons for that. Number one, I was actually down at the Galway Cup this week, so that took up majority of my time. I was also commentating on a Longford Town game on Saturday, and I'm also quite sick of my predictions being horrifically wrong. But anyway, here we are again. We've got a brand new shiny looking graphic that I actually haven't made yet as recording this video. I will make it at some stage. If you are new to the series, this is how we work things around here, right? For every single Premier League weekend, we have 3 separate boxes, all representing very, very different things. First up, we have the green box, and this is for our performance of the week. This can be for an individual, this can be for a team of individuals, this can be for a manager, it doesn't matter, it can be any of those things. If they're the best thing that happened this week, they go in the box. Simple as, really. Yellow box is for our shocking wow moment of the week. This can be a moment of madness. This can be a moment of brilliance. This can be a shocking result. Anything of that ilk goes in that box. And then we have the red box. The stinker of the week, you know, shown by the shit emoji that is just above the red box. Basically, who's had the biggest stinker of the week. This can be for a particular moment. It could be for a particular player, particular club, particular manager. Anything like that. If it's a stinker, it's in there. Alright? Makes sense? Good. Let's start off with our green box. Performance of the week. For match week 1, there's only one man we have to look at. Erling Haaland. Match-winning performance for Manchester City in their first game of their title defence. Obviously going for 3 titles on the trot now. And I genuinely do think City are favourites to do this, mainly because of this man, Erling Haaland. The first one, of course, running the show in match week 1 in Manchester City's 2-0 win over West Ham United at the London Stadium. He won a penalty in the first half after latching in on a ball from Ilkay Gundogan. He tried to round Areola took him out of it. Haaland scores the resulting penalty. Second half, he gets in on the end of a Kevin De Bruyne through ball. A combination that we're going to see fucking lots of this season in the Premier League. So I hope you're prepared for when Haaland goes to the City ground and probably scores 6 against Nottingham Forest. That's a bit harsh. I really want Nottingham Forest to do well this season. Don't get me wrong. But Bournemouth. We'll say Bournemouth. He'll score 6 against Bournemouth this year. And so often during the Pep Guardiola era at Manchester City, they've often played with a false 9. They've got a lot of players that can play that position. The likes of Mahrez, Bernardo Silva. Aguero, to be fair to him, when he was there, kind of broke that mould a little bit. But since he's left, obviously the likes of Foden have played that position. Bernardo Silva, I said De Bruyne at points as well. And, you know, they've been very, very versatile. But now they have someone that can be that focal point and just can add an extra layer to that Manchester City attack. And my God, what a layer it is. I mean, seriously, what a bargain he is going to end up being. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Erling Haaland ends the 2022-23 season with 20-25 plus goals, because he is just phenomenal and he made the perfect start to life at Manchester City, which inspired Manchester City to a fantastic win, a rare enough fantastic win. I feel like Man City kind of usually start off the season pretty poorly. I mean, last season they started with a defeat to Tottenham as far as I can remember. They haven't done that this time. A 2-0 victory sees them kick off their title defence in the perfect fashion. On to our yellow box of the week, and you all said, I probably said it at times as well, that if there was a league in between the Premier League and the Championship, that would be the perfect level for Alexander Mitrovic. I think he scored 40 odd goals in the fucking Championship last year, but whenever he comes to the Premier League, he just can't seem to do it on a consistent basis. But what a start to the season he has had. He also scored a brace this weekend in Fulham's surprise 2-2 draw with Liverpool in the early kickoff on Saturday at Craven Cottage. And it's fair to say that Mitrovic absolutely ran the show. He scored twice, similar to Haaland, also one of those being a penalty, but absolutely bullied Trent Alexander-Arnold for that first goal, and a wonderful header. And the way he just turns Virgil van Dijk inside out for that second goal, I mean, it's very un-Alexander Mitrovic-like, but a very welcome addition to his game for the Fulham fans, and particularly for Marco Silva, I'm sure, as well. But not only that, like, the way his footwork has improved. I mean, he was picking up the ball, running with it, turning inside and out, even just before the penalty incident, I think it was. was. He was just absolutely toying with Virgil van Dijk in the middle of the park, and very few players are able to do that. Even some of the best that football's ever seen, like Messi, struggled to do that against Van Dijk when Barcelona played them a couple of years ago in the Champions League. And Mitrovic was doing it for fun on Saturday. It's a very impressive point for Fulham, who took the lead on two separate occasions. Obviously, as I said, Mitrovic with both of the goals, and they would not have been expected to get anything out of that game. In fact, I actually predicted a 3-0 Liverpool win pre-kickoff, and I think my underestimation of Fulham was actually done by Liverpool as well. They probably didn't think they were going to come out with that kind of fight, that kind of intensity. In front of the home support, they were absolutely excellent. Wasn't enough to get all 3 points, obviously. Darwin Núñez scoring on his Liverpool debut, and Mo Salah also on the score sheet. That could be a very, very fruitful duo for Liverpool moving forward this season. Not an ideal start for Liverpool at all, who I do think that if they are to try and keep pace with Manchester City, which is something that I think the league needs, I don't think Liverpool will be the only ones trying to catch City this season. I think Tottenham will be up there. A couple of really good signings in the transfer window. I'm looking at the likes of Longley, Perisic, Bissouma, all going to improve, and they got a massive win the weekend as well against Southampton, who I am slightly worried about as well. But back to Liverpool, I do think they're very thin, especially in midfield, especially now Thiago picks up a hamstring injury. Klopp thinks it's a bad one. There is still a couple of weeks left in the transfer window. Obviously the Premier League is starting a little bit earlier due to the World Cup coming up in December, which still fucking baffles me that we're having a World Cup at fucking Christmas time. But I do think Liverpool's transfer team, whoever is running that, needs to get the metaphorical finger out of the arse and actually go out and buy a midfielder, and one of class as well. I'm genuinely looking at the top of the range stuff like your Jude Bellingham, someone of that ilk, because Liverpool need it now and quick, because if they're not careful, City and possibly Tottenham to a degree could be well clear of them before they even know it. And we all know that, because particularly City, how incredibly clinical they are and ruthless they are, that you can't afford to drop too many points against teams that you shouldn't be dropping points again, and Fulham certainly, with all due respect, fall into that category. But Alexander Mitrovic, man of the match, and a brilliant performance as well as a brace. Stinker of the week for match week 1. I didn't think it'd be this early, lads. I really didn't. Manchester United go in there after a 2-1 defeat at home to Brighton at Old Trafford on Sunday. Brighton's first ever victory at Old Trafford, might I add, in Erik ten Hag's first game in charge. It wasn't supposed to be like this. It was being built up. United are back. They're going to challenge for the league this year. Martial is scoring 35 goals. I don't care what anyone says. I really don't think anyone said that. I hope they didn't. But United are a bit of a mess at the minute. Obviously, they've made a couple of signings in the window. Martinez started at centre-back. Christian Eriksen seemed to start in sort of a false 9 position today for Manchester United. And that's all kind of down to the fallout of Cristiano Ronaldo quite simply not wanting to be a Manchester United player anymore. He didn't, and Manchester United found themselves 2-0 down at half-time thanks to a brace from Pascal Gross after some poor defending for that first goal and really poor goalkeeping by David De Gea, I think, for the second one. Danny Welbeck was absolutely excellent, running amok. I thought the wide players were brilliant. I really didn't expect this from Brighton. We know that Brighton play brilliant football. How many times have we said it under Graham Potter? But often lack that kind of cutting edge, and especially now they've got rid of, as I mentioned already, Bissouma. Cucurella has gone to Chelsea. Arguably their 2 best players last season, but they really did show up against Manchester United at Old Trafford yesterday. And before I dig into Man United, I think I have to give full credit to Brighton, because they were absolutely excellent. You got that really horrible kind of power dynamic between Ten Hag and Ronaldo now. Ronaldo wanted to go, and I think if Ten Hag probably had his way, Ronaldo would be gone already, because he wants someone in his team that wants to put in that work, and Ronaldo simply isn't going to do that. Let's be honest, he never would have done that. But his problem was, obviously, nobody wanted to sign Cristiano Ronaldo, number one, because he's 37. He'd still get you goals no matter who he was meant to go to, but his wages are astronomical. You wouldn't have to pay that much in a transfer fee, granted, but nobody wanted Cristiano Ronaldo. Can't believe me even saying that. But now he's stuck at Man United. It looks like he's going to be stuck with them for the entirety of the season now, because all the big clubs have all pretty much said, yeah, we don't really want anything to do with that. And it's just an extra problem. I'm now hearing that Man United, by the way, have had a bid rejected for Marko Arnautovic. Number one, he's washed. He's been washed for a while now. And you really want to add another obnoxious personality like that? Like, you already have Bruno Fernandes, you already have Cristiano Ronaldo, who's probably causing a little bit of upset in the dressing room because of the way he's acting, obviously left at half-time in a pre-season friendly. And it's just not the way Manchester United were meant to start this season at all, is it? But they go again, they've got Liverpool in a couple of weeks. That should be interesting, I have to say. But they were hoping to get off to a really good start. I really did think they would put a few past Brighton today, even get some some sort of manager bounce, because often with Manchester United and teams in general, it's not just the United thing. When a manager gets sacked, someone comes in, a couple of games, after that, there is that new manager bounce, a feel-good factor around the stadium, and that was very quickly fired straight out the window and burned in a puff of smoke. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is a wrap. Match week 1 is over and out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Who impressed you the most in match week 1? Would you have put somebody else in the stinker box other than Manchester United? Are they going to have another season ticket in there? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. I'm very excited to be back doing this series. Goal recreations for the Premier League will also be back. Make sure you leave a like on the video if you did enjoy. Also subscribe. We're very, very close to 600 subscribers, boys. We are absolutely getting there. And I am loving the support you boys are sending me over on TikTok at the minute. Go follow me on TikTok if you haven't already. And without further ado, lads, thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care and good luck.